Testing 1, 2, 3, 1, 2.
Love that takes you higher, I will forever be intertwined with you. Where the sun never goes down and time has slowed down. Would it be too crazy if we decided to stay forever? Decided to stay forever, forever. Stay forever. Stay, stay. Stay forever. Stay, stay. Stay forever. Stay, stay. Stay forever. Stay forever. Jump into the fire. I'd like to see your wild side. We should run away where the sun never goes down and time has slowed down. Would it be too crazy if we decided to stay forever? Decided to stay forever, forever. Stay forever. Stay, stay. Stay forever. Stay, stay. Stay forever. Stay, stay. Stay forever. Stay forever.
Look, kid. Bad things happen, and you can't do anything about it, right? Wrong. When the world turns its back on you, you turn your back on the world.
That's not what I was told.
And maybe you need a new lesson. Repeat after me.
To our university president, Dr. Lamont Repillet, senior vice president and provost, Dr. David Birdsell, our dean, Dr. Christine Thorpe, and distinguished Kane University administration, families, friends, those joining us today, and those who are live streaming through Zoom, welcome to Kane. It is indeed an honor and a privilege for me to welcome you to Kane University School of Physical Therapy's White Coat Ceremony in honor of the DPT class of 2022. I am Dr. Elizabeth Locke, Executive Director of the DPT program. On behalf of our world-class DPT faculty, staff, and students, I greet each of you in appreciation for your presence and your continued support. We've come together this afternoon to honor and to celebrate our third-year Doctor of Physical Therapy students as they transition to their final 2 clinical experiences. To celebrate this transition today, we continue in the established transition of Kane DPT program by hosting our 2nd annual White Coat Ceremony. The White Coat Ceremony in physical therapy is a 40-year-old traditional rite of passage event that represents the student's transition from the classroom didactic learning to hands-on experiential learning in various clinical settings. The white coat is the traditional symbol of clinical service and had its beginnings in the field of medicine. In a 2002 article published by Collar et al. In the American Journal of Medicine, there are 3 transformative stages and moments in the life of a physician. 1, they become doctors when they graduate. 2, they become physicians when they get licensed to practice. And 3, they become members of their profession when they profess an oath. Physical therapy is a doctoring profession, and as such, we too share similar milestones. Today, class of 2022, this will be a transformative moment in your lives. We recognize the donning of the white coat as a symbol of purity of purpose and professional affiliation. Please join me in welcoming our Dean of the Nathan Weiss Graduate College, Dr. Christine Thorpe, who will provide opening remarks.
Thank you so much, Dr. Locke. Thank you to our faculty, our guests, family and friends, and of course, all of you, students in the School of Physical Therapy. Congratulations, class of 2022, on your white coat ceremony. Momentarily, you will be taking a pledge committing yourselves to your profession and patient care. This is such a special moment as it is symbolic of your decision to serve patients in the profession of physical therapy. The white coat ceremony is a beautiful rite of passage that charges you to pursue your chosen career with integrity and passion to make a positive impact on healthcare. Your faculty have fully prepared you for this moment with every assignment, every exam, and all the necessary practice. So yes, you are ready. Your family and friends have supported you and encouraged you along the way, reminding you that you can do it. And here you are now. As your dean, I know that you are all poised to take this next step in your education. And my expectation is that the interprofessional lessons you have learned along the way have sharpened your perspective on how you will work with your colleagues to care for patients. At this time in our nation, it is critical for us to embrace the value of life and care for all people. Your path in physical therapy will take you down many roads where you will make many decisions that can change the quality of life for those you touch. May the lessons you learn in the School of Physical Therapy in the Nathan Weiss Graduate College at Kane University continue to remind you of why you love what you chose to do. Again, congratulations, class of 2022, on successfully achieving this milestone in your academic career.
Thank you, Dean Thorpe. I am honored to present our keynote speaker for the day. Marianne Hobby has spent her career in nonprofit programs and nonprofit management. She received her undergraduate degree in humanities from Fairleigh Dickinson University and earned a Master of Science in Counseling and Education from Syracuse University, a Master of Arts in Systematic Theology from Seton Hall University, and a Master of Theological Studies from Drew University. She has worked as a psychometrist for the University of Idaho Counseling Center, Director of Counseling and Career Center at Georgian Court University, and grant writer at Seton Hall University. Marianne's life path was abruptly changed after a diagnosis of tetraplegic C4 to C7 incomplete. This led her on a path of spiritual, physical, and emotional transformation. Today, she is a certified chaplain who works with individuals who search for peace amidst their inner turmoil and suffering. She remains committed to social justice. She is a writer, artist, and storyteller who I'm told spends as much time as she can outdoors, whether rain, sleet, or snow. Please join me in welcoming our keynote speaker, Marianne Hobby.
It was dark. It was pitch black. I couldn't see a thing. I heard a voice. The voice said, "We're going to sit you up, bend you over." As I sat in my wheelchair, I don't remember anything else. Suddenly, there was a pressure on the small of my back, pushing. I saw fireworks. I saw blue. I saw green. I saw glass breaking in a million pieces. It hurt so badly. Dean Thorpe, Executive Director, Dr. Locke, esteemed faculty, marvelous students, and all of our guests, both here and virtually. What you just heard is my very first memory of physical therapy. You see, I woke up one morning and I could not swallow. I had just had the best run of my entire summer, and then everything is dark. Dark. Memory number 2. I'm laying in a bed, pretty much like this. Nothing moved. My eyes did blink. And I was wearing one of those really quite lovely blue cotton-issued Johnny coats. I know that it was a Saturday morning, and it was dead quiet compared to the usual hustle and bustle of a weekday. Suddenly, a young man appears at the side of my bed. He looks at me, introduces himself. I saw that there was the proper logo on his shirt, so I knew he was okay. He said, "I'm here to do physical therapy today." I didn't quite understand why I was laying in my bed and he was going to do physical therapy. He explained something about that lovely necklace that I was wearing, called the trach, and all those sweet machines next to me so that I could breathe. And he proceeded to, I said, "Go right ahead," not knowing what was going on. And that young man went to pick up my leg. At the same time, I could see down my body if my eyes went straight down. At the same time he lifted my leg, he and I saw a brown streak all the way down the inside of my leg. In those moments, that man had the power to strip me even more of my dignity. To his credit, he did not make a move. He just continued on. So begins my life, as you have heard, a tetraplegic C4 to C7 incomplete. But the rest of the world knows that as paralyzed from the neck down. Each day, my loving aides got me together and fed me and cleaned me and put me in a wheelchair, and Off I went to therapy. And then the memories get a little clearer. I worked with every ounce that I had to please a physical therapist who became my anchor in a world that I didn't understand anything about. How do you go from being an athlete, a mom, a brand new grandmother, a wife, professor, to somebody who couldn't brush their teeth or move? Each day I learned new lessons in that therapy gym. My physical therapist was so patient with me and explained each thing I was doing, even though in the beginning it made no sense. She taught me many things. One of the things that I've always remember is that I was aware that this was a team that was working with me. It wasn't one ego or one person. And each one of those people always called me by name. They always called me by name. And they loved me back to health. They said things like, "We want to get you as independent as possible." Then I had the opportunity to go and visit at a nursing home. Now then, my hair wasn't this color. You know, I did go to the beauty parlor often. So I was incredulous. What was I doing here with all these people that were gonna die? That's how depressed I got. In a rickety chair that didn't fit me. I was used to the vivacious, wonderful excitement at the rehab hospital. Even there, they called me a rock star. Now I was a nobody. I waited in line for my meds. I went down, and then in that therapy gym, sweetie honey, I don't think anybody ever knew my name. Sweetie honey. And there was a night that I lay there on my bed saying, you know what? I thought I was going to do this. I thought I was going to do this. I guess I'm not going to do anything. So whatever you want. I surrendered. Once my heart changed, it began to open. I fell in love with all those people in the nursing home. Loved them to pieces. They had such rich stories to tell. So then I was given the opportunity to go back to my rehab. I felt safe again. That first day, I seemed like I waited for hours. And these two physical therapists came in the evening. I knew who they were. So one says to me, "We'd like to know your goals for physical therapy." What? I'm like, goals for physical therapy? She said, well, you know, some people want to do a transfer, or they want to do a sit-stand, or they want to walk 10 feet. I thought for a moment. I want to run the University Day run at Seton Hall University. To her credit, university run is. All right, what's your second goal? To finish the race at University Day at Seton Hall. She wrote that down. And your third goal? To get across the finish line. And she wrote it down. She never once said, "Are you out of your mind? You're in a power chair, woman." No. They didn't send the psychologist running in after me either. Here's part B of that third visit. Part B is on October 4th of 2014. There were 27 people in my family wearing identical t-shirts that a niece had made got me up to Seton Hall University in the pouring rain. They let 10 people go out with me before the rest of the race started. On my right side was my first physical therapist, and on my left side was my second physical therapist. Both of whom you have met. They got me through that race. They didn't say, "Are you serious? You're not really running." But, you know, they knew that language that you guys know how to speak about what you do with this and that. I don't know. I just did it. Probably the slowest race in my entire life. Definitely a turtle speed. And then the rain was so thick. And I looked up in the distance. And what did I see but a yellow tape? They had put the finishing line back up for us. So physical therapist moved me across that line. Sobbed just a little bit. I think I cried harder than the rain. But that was a testimony to not just the resiliency of the human spirit, but the teamwork that you are all capable of doing. Because one person didn't get me to walk. The team did. You're brand new, kind of. You've already demonstrated your resiliency. You have the honor of being the very first class that went through COVID. You survived. So it threw your schedule off. I know all about schedules being thrown off. This is not what I expected. It's better though. So you're going to go out there and be all excited and new and working as a team and doing everything that this amazing team has taught you. After a while, you might get a little jaded. I'm tired of the knees, the shoulders, But you see, every one of those body parts has something in common. Whether it's in CHOP or it's in a nursing home or a little person, a big person, those limbs are attached to a human being with a heart. And you see, you have to take care of your hearts. Okay? Listen to your heart. If you hear yourself getting jaded, that's okay. Because maybe it's a sign that it's time to move on to another certification, another position, another setting. It's all good. But here's what I asked of you. Those limbs attached to the heart, any physical therapist could have destroyed me more than once. I had no identity anymore. All the things that I lived for were stripped away. And in America, independence is number one. And number two, self-sufficiency. Well, guys, didn't have any of those things anymore. But I had my heart. So as I move on today to say to you, each one of you are gifted. You've spent hours and tears and sweat and all the other stuff, right? I've been a student, to make this day happen. So you are prepared. My hope for you is that you find something greater than yourself that loves you and gives you that power to make the changes when you need it. So from my heart to your heart, may you have beautiful journeys. And you're going to have people that are cantankerous and nasty and they don't seem to care, but inside they've got that heart that's beaten. And that's your job. You find that heart, no matter how great you are as a skilled therapist. And I know you're going to be wonderful ones. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Marianne, for that very inspiring message, an encouraging message. Thank you. And now this is the moment that you've been waiting for, class of 2022. Please join me in welcoming our own Dr. Jenna Tucker and your class advisor to the podium.
Thank you, Dr. Locke. It is my honor to begin the presentation of the class of 2022. Will the first row of students please stand and remain standing until your row has received their white coats? Melissa Aversa. Jessica Besas. Lacey Burton. Elena Chermak. Eric Coluccio. Luis Cruz. Dara De Palma. Stephanie Gay. Fernando Gomez. Sarah Gotthold. Razia Hasanovich. Jakeem Johnson. Brittany Little, who is being coded virtually at this time. Mercedes Lois. Connor Micklin. Christina Muller. Jessica Updike. Rachel Pavano. Michael Snellen. And Marissa Visco. Congratulations.
Just want everyone to see just how beautiful you are. Please turn around and acknowledge your family and friends who have stood by you. Thank you. You may be seated now. The white coat ceremony includes an oath or a pledge that embraces the 8 core values of the profession of physical therapy. These core values are accountability, altruism, collaboration, compassion and caring, duty, excellence, integrity, and social responsibility. These lifelong tenets have upheld our profession through several transitions in entry-level degrees, advancements in teaching, clinical practice and research, as well as social change in our global healthcare community. While it has been 20 years since the Minnesota chapter of the APTA's House of Delegates introduced a motion to approve an oath for physical therapy, the professional pledge is being recited for the first time in person by the Kane DPT core faculty and the Kane DPT class of 2022. The reciting of the pledge in public during the white coat ceremony for students symbolizes the transformation to becoming a professional. I am so pleased to announce that the author of the professional pledge is in attendance with us today. Please join me in deep recognition and gratitude to my colleague, Dr. Deborah Jospina from the University of Pittsburgh. In the tradition of the white coat ceremony, all physical therapists in attendance will join with our students as they recite the pledge for the first time. Will all physical therapists stand if able? Will all students please stand? As we recite the pledge together, let us be forever minded of the oath and its impact and meaning in the lives of those receiving our care and in our own professional lives. Let us begin. As I enter the profession of physical therapy, I solemnly and willingly pledge the following. I will respect the rights and dignity of all individuals and will provide compassionate care. I will be trustworthy toward my patients and clients and in all other areas of physical therapy practice. I will place the welfare of my patients and clients above my own self-interest. I will provide accurate and relevant information to patients and clients about their care and to the public about physical therapy services. I will exercise sound judgment, comply with laws and regulations that govern physical therapy, and will protect the public from unethical, incompetent, and illegal acts. I will maintain professional competence, continually strive to learn and promote high standards for physical therapy practice, education, and research. I will respect the rights, knowledge, and skills of colleagues and seek consultation whenever the welfare of the patient or client may be advanced. Thus, with this pledge, I will freely accept the responsibilities that accompany the practice of physical therapy. Class of 2022, you have professed your oath, and as your executive director, I welcome you to the profession of physical therapy. Congratulations. You may be seated. And at this time, we will welcome Mr. Eric Coluccio, class president, to the podium.
All right, good afternoon, everyone, and happy Friday. Firstly, on behalf of the Kane DPT class of 2022, I would like to thank everyone for being here today and joining us on this special occasion. Additionally, I would like to give thanks to Dean Thorpe and the Nathan Weiss Graduate College for always seeing our program's potential. And to Dr. Locke, Dr. Tucker, and Dr. Fleming and the entire Kane School of Physical Therapy staff for making all of this possible. Lastly, I would like to take this time to acknowledge and thank Mercedes Merch for her leadership in coordinating all of this together. We've been anticipating this day for a long time. We gratefully walked the steps of the recently graduated class of 2021 who laid the pathway for this new Kane tradition. I never imagined how surreal it would be to gather here together. When you consider the last year and a half we've had, it's actually quite bizarre, physically being here. When we were told that our white coat ceremony was going to take place in December 2021, and that it was actually going to be held in person on campus. I already considered the ceremony to be a total success. This made me realize, however, just how isolating virtual learning can be, because most of my excitement came from the setting and the anticipation of a formal event at my university with my peers, my professors, my friends, and family. The new coat was just a plus. So let's take this time to really soak it in and be present with one another. By default, I think it's easy to get caught in the momentum of PT school. First exam, check. First semester, check. First year, big check. Right? Always asking what's next? What's our next assessment? Right? Keep them coming, bring it on so I can continue to grow and to learn. But at least for tonight, let's just celebrate. Celebrate ourselves, celebrate with our loved ones. We've earned it. Let's accept these white coats with dignity and humility, wear them proudly, and to understand that no matter where we hang these coats, they will always be around our shoulders. We have experienced a lot together in the last 2.5 years, and we have a very busy 8 months ahead. But just like everything else, we'll find a way to get through it together. I'm incredibly proud of everything we have accomplished, and I will see you all back here soon. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Eric, for those reflections of the class. Class of 2022, please stand. And I'd like to share my closing remarks in the form of 3 facts. 1, you have earned your white coat. You've earned it. We believe in your ability to carry forth the values and traditions of our profession and those of Kane University. 2nd, you are, in my eyes, the embodiment of adaptability and perseverance. The past 2 years have been challenging, but like the cougar, you found a way to climb higher, individually and as a team. And you continue to impress me with your ability to adapt to change and uphold the Kane motto. The Kane motto, always learning, semper descens. Many of you have received so much help to get here through family and friends. And I always want you to take a moment, whether you are on clinical, whether you are in front of your family members or not, to always acknowledge their contribution to your success. And finally, wear your white coats with humility. Listen to your patients and teach them correctly. In the words of Robert Half, when one teaches, two learn. Congratulations again. We are very proud of you, and we look forward to the days, weeks, and months ahead as you become doctors of physical therapy. To everyone in my view, as well as on Zoom, we hope you've thoroughly enjoyed our white coat ceremony. Thank you for sharing this time with us, and we appreciate your support and your continued blessings. Thank you very much. At this time, I would like to ask the students and the podium and stage guests to please remain in place for now, but students, you may be seated. Our student ushers will escort our guests to the NAAB entrance. And again, thank you and safe travels home.